I hope everybody had a nice spring break. Welcome back. I hope for some of you, if any of you went away, I hope you're not enjoying the weather as much as I was in Florida, as I am right now. It's snowing and it was 70, so I'm missing the warm weather. But I hope you're all ready to get back into the swing of things. For those of you that had midterms, I hope you did well. I really hope. But other than that, be looking for some emails and stuff probably from the officers in general, but there's a lot of stuff coming up here soon, so be ready to have a voice in some things.
Are there any questions for anyone? If there are no questions, then we'll go into the Vice President of Legislation. Obviously, I'm not Alex. Alex is feeling sick, so he wanted to go rest in his office. He may try to make it back later in the office, later in the meeting. If not, then you have to deal with me for the day. I don't think Alex had any other mentions. I know committees need to meet this week. There are some things waiting in limbo. Other than that, any questions?
Has everyone picked up their polo or jacket?
There are a couple of polos and jackets left in the office still. Just stop by Alex's office or Victoria and we can get them to you guys. Any other questions? Okay, then we will move into Vice President of Finance. James is here.
Hello. Allocations budget. As you're aware, I'll talk more about the allocations budget during my presentation. I submitted some constitutional amendments to help officialize the meeting board. I did get some input from you guys. I'd like to receive some additional input to those of you that haven't contacted me about that. So again, have time after the meeting to let me know your thoughts about it. If you haven't read it yet, you can talk to me right after the meeting. I'll give you a rundown of it and get your thoughts afterwards. That's all I have right now. Well, hopefully, as you were, referendum homecoming, changing the DPS position to DPS of Financial and Academic Affairs. I'm working on that. Hoping to have the first draft available by the end of this week. It's actually a lot of simple stuff in the draft. Nothing too controversial, anything like that. I think you guys will approve, but I'll still show it to you guys for some opinions. That's all I have.
Are there any other questions for James? James, I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you able to mention what you told me on Tuesday about the Board of Trustees?
So me and Krieger is public now. This was from my previous senator. That was senator last year in the fall. He's not doing an internship at State House. He made top 10 as a potential trustee for the Purdue board. And if he gets picked by the governor, he will be the first ever IPSGA trustee. Yeah, first and last. So, I hope the governor will appoint him. I was planning on emailing you guys because I was going to send a recommendation letter to the governor recommending why he should be appointed. Because during the transition years, he'll be in the term of IPSGA transition years. And the student trustee serves an academic affairs committee of the board of trustees. So it would be highly beneficial to have an IPSW student to be on the board of trustees during those years.
For those of you that don't know how that process worked, I looked over a bunch of applications for different people and then had a conference call with some people from Purdue, and we narrowed it down to, I don't know how many interviews it was. 18 interview. They ended up interviewing 18 people, and so I already had plans to go away for spring break, and it was very last minute for them to. Conference call was on Wednesday, and the meeting was on Saturday to do interviews, which is very last minute. But James went to do the interviews, and so the committee that they served on selected 10 names for them to send to the governor, and the governor will look over those 10 names and have interviews and stuff with those candidates, and will therefore choose one from that name pile to make as the student trustee.
It was a really long interview process. It's from 7:30 in the morning till 1:30, no breaks. But yeah.
The IU is currently going through the same process. So.
Are there any other questions for the presenter? Either one? Okay, then we'll go into Vice President of Programming. Andrew, do you want to give a report? I don't know what's been on there.
I haven't talked to Maggie in a little bit, but I know they are gearing up, getting things finalized for Spring Fling. They are planning a concert for the springtime at some point. More details to come from that. So, other than that, I think Maggie might have some pop-up events coming up here soon. I don't know if she'll need to reach out to you guys, but just keep an eye on emails like you usually do in case she needs help with any of the pop-up events.
And then as well, her volunteering event happened last week. It was training myself. James was there, and then obviously Maggie was there, and then Amanda from Student Life went with us as well. For 5 of us, we spent an hour and a half, 2 hours, working at Community Harvest Food Bank, volunteering there. It's a good event. So she may try to do those in the future. It's a good thing to do. Just go out there, serve the community. Are there any other questions for Andrew? Okay, if there are not, we will go into IPSGA reports. First is Pro Temp. I really don't have much. I haven't set up tabling for this week yet. I'm going to try to just table Thursday, not Tuesday this time. Same time between noon and 1:30. Probably just going to be involved this time. So feel free to stop by if you have time, or just want to stop by and chat with us. It's pretty lonely. Jackson and I just stop, do homework. So next we'll go into community chairs. First is Ways and Means, Senator Funk.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope everybody had a wonderful spring break. I just stayed in town working. So, yeah, that's it. Ways and Means will be meeting this week.
Okay. Any questions? No questions, then we'll go into legislative affairs.
I hope you all had a great spring break. I know I did. I wish I was still there. You all should have got an email sent to you, sent from Victoria. It's a survey being sent out from Legislative Affairs. It's just us getting some feedback from everybody in IPSGA. If you could please respond to this email if you have not already by Friday, I'd appreciate it. My committee will be meeting today at 1, and also if you do not know or have not done it yet, it is Senator Funk's birthday, so wish him a happy birthday. That's all I got.
Are there any questions for Senator Burns? If not, then we'll go to public relations. Senator Schoaf.
I don't have any updates. Everything's in progress, and we're having a meeting on Friday. That's all.
Any questions for Senator Schoaf? If not, then we'll go into Student Affairs. Senator Jaworski.
Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good spring break. In our last meeting, we finally finished up all the constitutions that we've been reviewing and looking over. So I believe you guys have a couple of those today that got back with the changes that we told them to make. Other than that, just regular meeting this Wednesday again.
Are there any questions for Senator Jaworski? If not, then we'll go into IPSGA coordinator report.
Hi friends! Hope everybody had a great spring break, as has been said. Just a couple of things, as Michaela said, you all should have got an email from me this morning and last week about the legislative review survey. It is extremely important that everybody fill out that survey. It helps the Legislative Affairs Committee do their job better, helps make things better for everybody. As well as Andrew mentioned, Spring Fling is coming up. It's right around the corner. You will likely be getting emails from Maggie and myself looking for volunteers. I know Maggie wants to put together another service project. And speaking of service, please make sure if you are not signed up as a big event leader that you are signed up to volunteer on the day of the big event, unless you're working, which I understand. But again, we want a strong IPSG presence at big event, and you're going to hear me talk about it every week until the big event. And then finally, please make sure that everybody is speaking up and speaking clearly, because it is a little bit noisy on the floor today. It can be hard to hear everybody. And that's all I got for you guys.
Are there any questions for Victoria? Senator Burns.
Do you know by chance how many people have filled out this survey?
I can check it after the meeting now.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions for Victoria? If not, then we'll go into the media board report.
Hey everybody, hope you had a good spring break. Not a whole lot to report on our end. We did get our equipment in. Thank you for ordering that for us. Everything is working, which is awesome. And I look forward to putting it to good use. As always, if you have events coming up or know of events coming up, please contact us. We'd love to cover them, and it makes my job a lot easier. And that's about it, really.
Are there any questions? If not, then we'll go into district court. I do not see district court representatives, so we'll go into new business. Senators, first on the agenda for new business is, I don't know what it is because I forgot to give myself one. SA 0452, the Apiculture Club Constitution. Is there a representative present? The Apiculture Club. Not senators. This was, from what my understanding, is something that was passed a while ago, but was never officially approved. So it's back as an amendment. Nothing's changed since it was last seen through Senate, I believe. So if there are no presenters, we'll go into 5 minutes debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in favor or against this amendment? Senator Show.
I know one of the people who's trying to start it up again, and her family has a farm where they deal with bees and harvesting honey, so I know that she's involved in that, so I have faith that the club will be successful. And if you said there's nothing that's changed really, if it's already been approved, then I move to approve by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to approve this amendment by unanimous consent. Is there a second?
Second.
Has been seconded. Are there any objections? No objection. It has been approved. Next on the agenda is SC 1152, Hospitality and Management Association. Is the representative of this organization present?
Oh, you skipped one.
I skipped one?
Yeah, you
Oh,
skipped
my
that.
bad. SC 1052, Alpha Lambda Kappa Pi Sigma Alpha. Is the representative from this organization?
I am here.
Okay, yeah, 5 minutes to present.
All right, my name is Kay McDonald. I'm representing Pi Sigma Alpha. What this is, it's a nationally recognized, I'm very shy by the way, so please bear with me. This is a nationally recognized political science honor society. It's over 9 years old, represents all across the different campuses across the United States. As we all now know, politics is important. So what we need to do is, as a society, we are here to progress the knowledge of political science, all amongst the political science majors. So I'm open to any questions here. We had, apparently this was up for a vote last time. There were some minor changes that needed to be done just in format. So those have been done. Alexander got that, and that's why we're here today. So if there's anybody have any questions for me as in regards over to this.
Senators, are there any questions for the presenter?
In case you're wondering, we are kind of planning to have some of the local politicians come over to speak to political science majors so that we can kind of try to get the community involved. Not, so that if we ever have any issues like we kind of did with the university lately that I won't talk about, we'll have some people on our side, in the future.
If there are no senators that have questions, you may take a seat. Senators, we will now move into 5 minutes debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in favor or against this bill or this charter? Senator Clark.
I am a political science major. It's one of my 2 majors. I think this is a very important program and something I think the department's been wanting to get around for a while, and now we've finally had a chance to get it going. So with that, I move to approve this charter by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to approve this charter by unanimous consent. Is there a second?
Second.
Has been seconded. Are there any objections? No objections. This has been approved by unanimous consent. Next on the agenda is SC 1152, Hospitality and Management Association. Are there any representatives from this organization? There are not. Senators will move in 5 minutes debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in favor or against this charter? There are no motions, then I will entertain a motion to approve by unanimous consent.
So
I have to go into a vote, don't I? Okay. Mess that up.
You don't have
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Or Yes, has been seconded. Has been moved. Has been seconded. Are there any objections? No objections. This has been approved by unanimous consent. It makes it easier for you guys to get the motion forward. Senators will next move into SC 1252 Phi Alpha Alpha. Are there any representatives?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, I'm Andrew Applegate. Thank you for taking the time. I'm representing Pi Alpha Alpha. It's actually an honor society, a global honor society that has actually been in place, just not officially. We thought that we could run it through the program as just an honor society where you pay dues upon graduation. It's a one-time due type of program run by NASPA, which is the Network of Schools and Public Policy Affairs and Administration. However, just recently, our faculty advisor, that's Dr. Ai Taleba of the Public Policy Department, was informed that we do need to get registered. So we're kind of fast pedaling here. I'm the secretary. I'm actually the Public Information Officer of the PPSA, the Public Policy Student Association. And what we've done is just kind of put our names down. I am now acting as secretary for the Pi Alpha Alpha this semester until we can have this go on to another semester and then do formal nominations and elections, just like we do with any student organization. We do have a president and we do have a vice president, or I'm sorry, we do have a president, we do have a secretary. Sorry, no, secretary. Let me look here. We have a president and a vice president and a treasurer and a secretary. So we do have all four of those. So what I'm here today to do is just take any recommendations that you have to our faculty advisor, try to answer any questions that you would have, and just yeah, if you'd like to debate and then ask me any questions. I am somewhat just familiarizing myself with the Constitution, and will be taking all needed documents to student life after this. So yes, thank you very much.
Senators, are there any questions for the presenter? I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, when you went through committee for student affairs, there was an issue with a statement regarding the percentage of students or percentage of membership between students. And originally, I believe you guys had declined that amendment. Did you guys approve it afterwards?
I will certainly check with them. I do see though that membership. I just read that.
51%.
Yes, 51%. It looks like they did amend it, and I do see that blue, so that is an amendment.
Okay.
It reads, at least 51% of the total membership must be currently enrolled students of IPFW, and only those members may vote, hold office, and represent the organization, university in any official capacity.
Okay. Yep, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are there any questions for the presenter? If not, you may have a seat. Senators will now move into 5 minutes of debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in favor or against this charter? If not, then we'll go into a vote. Senators, a yes vote would be in approval of this charter. A no vote would be against it. Senator Burns?
Yes.
Senator Funk?
Yes.
Senator Jaworski?
Yes.
Senator Lunsford? Can't vote. Senator Leonard?
Yes.
Senator Schoaf?
Yes.
Senator McClure?
Yes.
Senator Kierland?
Yes.
Senator Kishorn? Senator Ellerdean?
Yes.
Senator Trang?
Yes.
Senator Weinhardt?
Weingart here. Yep.
All right. Senators with a vote of 10-0, this approves. Next on the agenda is SB 2152, Vietnamese Student Association. Is the representative of this organization? Yeah, 5 minutes to present. You have 5 minutes to present about your bill.
Okay, so we now have to present our, that's right.
Yep.
So I'm currently the president of the Vietnamese Student Association, and on this Saturday, March the 18th, we're gonna host the VietX American Fusion Night. This is an event to familiarize and like introduce the Vietnamese culture to Americans, as well as have an event for Vietnamese students to gather together after spring break. So we'll have like two parts of this event. The first part is that we're gonna go to Bánh mì Barista, which is like a restaurant pretty close by. I think it's like 7 minutes drive, and we're gonna have people dine there to explore like Vietnamese cuisine. And after that, we're gonna have people go back to the clubhouse and enjoy a movie about the Vietnam War from the perspective of the Americans. The movie is pretty popular, and it's called Apocalypse Now. So we're asking for the funding for like Uber taking people from the clubhouse to Bánh mì Barista and bringing them back from Bánh mì Barista to the clubhouse for the movie. Yeah, that's about our event.
Sarah, are there any questions for the presenter? Senator Burns?
You said that the day of it is the 18th.
The 18th of March.
Yes.
This is the 17th. Oh,
Double check it.
Saturday is the 18th. Yeah.
Pushing it back a day wouldn't break the financial guidelines, but it is correct too. We can't confirm the date, but it would be amended.
Yeah, it should be the 18th.
Alright, so it is the 18th. Are there any other questions for the presenter? If not, you may have a seat. Thank you. Senators, we're now moving to 5 minutes debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in favor or against this bill?
I don't know how to go about to change them.
You just need to move to amend it. Senator Funk?
I move to amend this bill to read March 18th, 2017.
There has been a motion to change it to read March 18th, 2017 instead of March 17th. Is there a second?
Second.
Has been seconded. Are there any objections? No objections. This has been amended. Senators, are there any other senators wishing to speak in favor or against this bill? Senator Burns?
I move to approve this by unanimous consent.
There has been a motion to approve this by unanimous consent. Is there a second?
Second.
Has been seconded. Are there any objections? No objections. This has been approved by unanimous consent. Next on the agenda is, if I can find it again. It's gone.
SR 1552.
Next on the agenda is SR 1552, IPSGA 2017 to 2018 allocations budget. James?
Well, this is the allocations budget. Those who don't know, allocations in charge of they allocate a big sum of money to allocate to not only the other branches of IPSGA, but various programming offered within IPSGA. Those of which you can see are on the sheet. The committee invested at least 30 to 35 hours of meetings. That's more hours of meetings than the student senate meetings for the whole year. So a lot of time's already been invested in deciding the cost for these. The allocation cost. Guidelines allows me to. I did abstain from voting on all of these items, even though the guidelines allow me to vote. I chose to abstain and let the two senators, two SB members, and two at-large members to have the greater voice. So the executive voice is much smaller than what is allowed. But I did make a few recommendations here and there, but those were recommendations. They have to be read on the other committee members. Ultimately, the other 6 members played the more key role in determining the budget. Their allocations budget members are in a confidentiality agreement. So there's some questions I may be able to answer, some questions I may not be able to answer through policies. We consider it confidential to at least after the chancellor signs it, but she can't sign it to you guys. The way the approval process works is that if you guys approve, it goes to the president for potential veto. If he does veto, then it goes back to Senate, or if he does not veto, then it goes to Dr. Eric Norman, who then reviews the budget. If he has any problems with the budget, then he takes the budget to the executive officers for review. If there's no further problems with it then it goes to the chancellor for review for her approval. Then after her approval, it still has to go through the West Lafayette approval. So it still goes through a lot of hands even after the Senate's approval. So this is not the final, this is it, or at least tend to be very likely after it's a Senate approval. If you look, last year the allocations budget was $883,000. This year the allocations budget is $842,000. So we had the budget cut of approximately 5%, which was about $41,000. That led to us leading to further cuts to budget, just like it was last year. For those of you who weren't here the past 5 years, the highest budget allocations I ever had was about $1.3 million. So IPSGA has come very far in terms of amount of money it has lost over the past 5 years. I think that's all I have to present. Do you have any questions?
Senators, are there any questions for the presenter? I have a question. Can you kind of explain the reasoning why you cut SAB and Senate so much? I can understand the Senate since we have about $28,000 left over, and it's not looking like we'll have any big expenditures coming up. So I can understand why we cut that one down, but can you kind of explain why the SAB was cut so much?
Well, I can say both are on the same reasoning. I cannot reveal the ultimate details of those reasons due to confidentiality. Well, what the committee looked at was their budget. Committee members looked at the Senate budget and the SAB budget, and they made their determinations based upon the trends of the current budget from this year and last year. I can say that the SAB members were present for their SAB budget discussions, and as well the Senate members were present for the Senate budget discussions, and their thoughts were taken into consideration.
Are there any other senators who have a question for the Senator? Senator Schultz?
The two last requests were cut, like all cut.
They were no requests were made.
No requests were made. Okay.
Are there any other questions for the presenter? Senator Schultz?
Well, never mind. We're good.
Yeah. Are there any other questions for the presenter? If not, then we will go into 5 minutes debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in favor or against this bill? Senator Schultz?
I looked through it pretty heavily this morning, and I didn't really find any big issues or questions really, other than the one I just asked and Evan asked also. So everything looks good to me. If anyone else has any other opinion?
Are there any other senators wishing to speak in favor or against this bill? Not, senators will go into a vote. A yes vote will be in favor of approving of this bill. A no vote will be against it. Senator Burns?
Yes.
Senator Funk?
Yes.
Senator Jaworski?
Yes.
Senator Leonard? Senator Schoaf?
Yes.
Senator McClurg?
Yes.
Senator Carolyn?
Yes.
Senator Elledering?
Yes.
Senator Schang?
Yes.
Senator Weingart?
Weingart, yes.
With a vote of 10-0, this has been approved. Next on the agenda is open floor. Are there any senators wishing to speak during open floor? I actually forgot to mention something. Somehow this semester we've managed to meet every other week because of various events and activities. Starting today, we should go back to a weekly rotation of meetings, not skipping every other. So to get back into that routine, I'm sure of that. Are there any other senators wishing to speak during open floor?
I request that we sing happy birthday to Senator Funk.
The chair will not entertain that motion.
Do it anyway, rebel.
You can overthrow.
Appeal the decision.
The Senate can overrule.
There has been an appeal to my decision.
Yes.
Are you really making me go into a vote?
Yes, I will.
Senators will now go into a vote whether we sing happy birthday to Senator Funk. A yes vote would be in favor of the yes vote would be in favor of overruling my motion, which means that we will sing happy birthday. Senator Burns.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
not going to encourage
Senator
that.
Funk.
Yes.
Senator Jaworski.
That's
Yes.
biased.
Senator Leonard.
The bylaws say I may.
No.
Senator Show.
Yeah, sure.
Senator McClure.
Yes.
Senator Carolyn.
Yes.
Senator Ellering.
No.
Senator Trang.
Yes.
It's the most mixed votes I've
Senator
seen all year.
Weinhardt.
Weingart. No H.
Weingart.
Yes.
Every time. 7-3, my motion has been overruled. Senators who will now go into singing happy birthday to Senator Funk. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys.
Is there anybody else wishing to speak during open floor?
No.
If not, we'll go into good of the order. Are there any senators wishing to speak on any parliamentary procedures? If not, we'll go into closing roll call. Senators, if you are here, say here. If you are not, remain quiet. Senator Burns.
Here.
Senator Funk.
You here.
Senator Jaworski.
Here.
Senator Ham.
Yes.
Senator Lunsford, yes. Senator Leonard.
Here.
Senator Shope.
Here.
Senator McClure.
Here.
Senator Carolyn.
Here.
Senator Gashorn. Senator Ellering.
Here.
Senator Trang.
Here.
Senator Weingart.
Yes.
Senators, meeting has been adjourned.